Hi Shruti, since you could not complete this paper within the time, so I'm showing you the answers now. See, number 11, you have done it wrong. Your answer was through animals, it was correct, but just a second. I think we have discussed this one, right, Shruti? Let me check. Wait. No, we haven't. Okay. This one was people live on island. They planted two types of plants, A and B, on different parts of the island as shown in diagram 1. Island B was uninhabited by humans, but a certain species of birds which fed on the fruits of one of the two types of plants were often seen resting on the island. A few years later, plants A and B were also seen growing on island B. How were the fruits or seeds of plants A and B dispersed? So your answer was through animals. Okay, this was correct. So no need to discuss this. Number 12, it's wrong. The man is using a crowbar. Which simple machine is it? It will be first order lever. Why? Why will it not be third order lever? Because here, see, here we are putting the F. F means what? F means we are putting the force. And here, like W, W is the work. And P is what? Any idea? What is P in the first order lever? P is power or the pressure applied. F is the fulcrum. P is the pressure applied. And W is the workloads that I already told you all. So, this is the first class lever. Why? Because here it is the pressure applied, here is the fulcrum, and here is the W. And if it were second or third, then what would that happen? Any guesses? Anyone? Second or third lever? In second class lever, the load or this thing, workload. Yes, that is position between the fulcrum and the effort. The workload would have been between the effort and the fulcrum, or the pressure and the fulcrum. And this is in second class lever. What about third class lever? It's also very simple. In third class lever, the force is applied. That is, force is applied between load and the fulcrum. That is, workload and the pressure. Force between workload and the pressure. So that describes why this one will be a first order lever and not third order lever. This is done again. Number 13 is wrong. In a science project, a student recorded his observations on the number of visits by bees to see the flowers in a garden. He had forgotten to record the number of visits by bees to flower D. What is the most likely number of visits by bees to flower D? Your answer was 7. It will be 10. Why? Let's check why it is 10 and not 7. small orange flower with no scent attracts 8 bees, then a medium orange flower with no scent will attract more than 8 bees. Large orange flower with no scent attract 23 bees, then a medium orange flower with no scent will attract less than 23 bees. Medium orange flower with no scent will attract between 8 and 23. So let's check. So because this flower is a medium orange flower with no scent, it is attracting more than 8 bees or more than 6 bees. So it will be 10. Hope I am clear to everyone. Now this one. In the flower chart, which plant would represent the coconut plant? In the flow chart, which plant would represent the coconut plant? First, there is a plant which grows on land. So, coconut plant also grows on land, has a stem. That is yes, and this is D. Here has a stem, no. It will be C. Grows on land, no. It will be floats in water, no. It will be A. So A, this plant does not grow on land. So obviously coconut plant grow on land, so it cannot be A. It cannot be C because it is saying here that has a stem. No. So coconut plant obviously has a stem, so it cannot be C. But it is saying D. Why plants grows on land has a stem? D. Because the coconut plant grows on land, it has a stem, so obviously it will be D. It was very simple. Okay. Now number 15, not needed. This is the explanation of this coconut plant given here. Which plant is a coconut plant? You can also read this. But it was very simple. We don't need to even read the feedback. This one you have done it correctly. Very good. Now number 16. Do the correct matching for the simple machines used in the picture below. Now these are the choices given. This is the correct answer and this was your response. So let's see what you have done. Figure A, it's inclined but the answer will be wedge. How? That is figure 1. This is obviously inclined. Inclined means a little slanting. So it's not wedged. Figure 2. It will be wedge. Wedge means a flat portion. This is obviously wedged. And your answer was pulley. Pulley is not at all the correct answer because pulley has 2 wheels on it. And it's not there in wedge. And we don't have in the picture also any wheels. So it cannot be wedge. It cannot be pulley. Wedge means a teakwood. So this is a wood. So it's the correct. Number 2 is wedge. It cannot be pulley. So you are wrong. So figure number 3, it's a lever. And it cannot be inclined. Obviously, it cannot be inclined. Inclined is this one, which is a little slanting in position. Then we have which one? Lever is done. Figure number 3. Now we are on figure number 4. Figure number 4 is wheel and axle. That is correct. We have the wheel and the axle. So figure 4 is not a lever. And figure 5, it's a screw. It cannot be wheel and axle obviously because wheel and axle is this one. And figure 6 is pulley. Pulley is this one. See, There is a circle here or a wheel here with which you can easily pull the rope down, or you can leave it to make it go up. To carry some heavy weights, we use this pulley to weight or something. That's it. Now, question number 17. Which class lever is demonstrated in the figure below? It is not a second class lever, it is a first class lever. The answer is same because the load is here. See, the load is here, the fulcrum it's given here, or the pressure that we call, the pressure is given here, the effort, the pressure is given here, and the fulcrum it is here. It will help to open the lid. So it is a first class lever. Hope it's clear to you all. Now, number 18, you have done it correctly. Then we move to number 19. Number 19, the lever system shown in the figure has dash mechanical advantage. This is the applied force, this is the load given here. So which one is the correct answer? It will be no improvement. The lever system shown in the figure has less mechanical advantage. This is wrong. Why? Let's check. Most of the time, levers are used to multiply force to lift heavy object. But if the two arms of the lever are of equal length, the effort must be equal to the load. There is no improved mechanical advantage. So if the two arms, that is on the left hand side, on right hand side, if it is equal, then the effort must be equal to the load. So if we put the same effort as the load, as heavy as the load, then how come there will be a mechanical advantage? Obviously, there will be no mechanical advantage. That's very much understood. So mechanical advantage in levers can be determined either as the ratio of the load force to the effort force or as the ratio of the effort arm length to the load arm length. See this one. MA is equal to length of effort arm divided by length of load arm. This is called the load arm, this portion, and this is called the effort arm. When the fulcrum is between the load and the effort, moving the fulcrum closer to the load increases the length of the effort arm and decreases the length of the load arm. This change in fulcrum position results in an increase in mechanical advantage by decreasing the amount of effort force needed to lift the load. So moving this fulcrum, this is the fulcrum closer to this load. It will increase the length of the effort arm and it will decrease the length of the load arm. This change in fulcrum position results in an increase in the mechanical advantage. So if we do that, then there will be an increase in the mechanical advantage by decreasing the amount of force we apply to carry this load or to lift the load. That's it. Now we move to question number 20. In question number 20, it is saying fishes have structural adaptation that help them to move in the water. Which of the following are structural adaptation which helps the fish to move in the water? The correct answer is A and D only. Their tail fins enable them to propel forward in the water, and the other one is they have streamlined bodies to overcome water resistance. So these are the two correct answers. Now, number 20 we have done. Your answer was B, C and D only. D was correct, but B, C is wrong. They move close to the water surface to take in oxygen. So there is no structural adaptation here. What is the structural adaptation? And their gills help them to take in dissolved oxygen in the water. These two are contradictory to each other. Moreover, this is not the correct answer, anyways, but these two are also contradictory to each other. So you obviously cannot select both B and C. So the correct answer, I repeat once more, it's A, because the tail fins are so designed that they will help in the movement in water. And similarly, D, you have done this. They have streamlined bodies to overcome water resistance. So these are the correct answers. Done. Now let's move to the next one. This one is correct. This one is also correct. Number 23 is also correct, but number 24 is wrong. Why is it wrong? Okay, in a pond community, which of the following would cause the population of plant B to decrease when the population of plant A increases? So your answer was insufficient oxygen dissolving in water. No, that is wrong. Because actually plants need more carbon dioxide. Obviously, they need oxygen to survive, but they need carbon dioxide to make their own food. And along with that, they also need sunlight to make their food. So plant A can directly get the sunlight from the sky. There is no water on them, but these plants are beneath the water or below the water. So plant B will get less sunlight compared to that of plant A. So the correct answer is insufficient sunlight entering the water. Moreover, this is the feedback. You can obviously go through this also, but this was the simplest explanation. Okay, number 26, an experiment was set up as shown. The setups were kept in a room near the window in broad daylight. Do the correct matching for the color of the lime water in the setups before and after the environment. So this is the experiment shown here. This is the jar painted with the black paint. This is the jar painted with the black paint. This is setup B. And this is setup A without any paint. This A does not have any paint. So we need to find out the color of the lime water in the setup before and after the experiment. So the choice 1, the setup A is clear. Obviously setup A is clear. It's not chalky at all. Setup B, it's chalky. It's not clear. Why? Let's find out. During photosynthesis, light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll, a green substance found in chlorophyll in some plant cells and algae. Absorbed light energy is used to convert carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil into a sugar called glucose. Oxygen is released as a byproduct. Plants respire all the time, whether it is dark or night. They photosynthesize only when they are in light. That I already told you. During the sunlight, they can do the process of photosynthesis. So in this condition, dark as in setup B, no photosynthesis, respiration only. Overall result, oxygen taken and carbon dioxide was given out. Bright light, as in setup A, photosynthesis rate is greater than respiration rate. So carbon dioxide taken in and oxygen given out. Carbon dioxide taken out in setup B comes lime water milky. So the carbon dioxide actually reacts and make the lime water milky. So the answer setup A will be clear and setup B will be chalky. Because it is painted with a black paint, sunlight will not be able to enter this plant or will enter this jar, and what will happen? There will be no photosynthesis for this plant. So what will these plant take in? Obviously, they will breathe. The plant will breathe if they are not cooking. So this plant will breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide, when they react with this lime water, they will make it chalky and not clear. It will be milky and the effect will be chalky on the jar. Okay, now number 27. A particular insect gets attracted to small red flowers with a pleasant smell. Study the classification chart and identify the flower to which it is attracted. Flower A. This is the correct answer. Why? Because here see, flowers they are small. This flower it is small. This is not white. White with no smell. Pleasant smell, unpleasant smell, which are non-white. Pleasant smell A and unpleasant smell. This is B. So non-white means obviously it can be red. And it is having a pleasant smell to which the insects are attracted. See, the insect gets attracted to the small red flowers with a pleasant smell. So this is the flower A. So the correct answer is A. And why not B? Because it has an unpleasant smell to which the insects are obviously not attracted. So the flower can be red. But because of this unpleasant smell, this B is not the flower to which the insects are more attracted. So number 27 is done. Now we will move to number 29. 28 and 29 are correct. So the next one you did it wrong is number 30. A boy kicked a ball from a particular point. In a second attempt, he kicked the same ball harder. In both the cases, he observed the ball until it stopped. Identify all the correct statements. There could be more than one which correctly describes what happens to the balls on both the occasions. So what happens? The ball covered the same distance before stopping during both the attempts. The ball came to a stop earlier in the first attempt. The ball slowed down before coming to a complete stop during both the attempts. The ball traveled faster in the second attempt. Okay, let me first justify why the second and fourth point are correct. Why the second point is correct? Because in the first attempt, the boy has kicked the ball, but not as hard as for in the second position. So it will come to a stop earlier than the first position, than the first attempt. And in the last the ball travels faster in the second attempt. Why? Because in the second attempt, he has kicked the ball harder. So these 2 points are clear. Now, the balls covered the same distance before stopping during both the attempts. This cannot be correct because in the first case, the ball was kicked, but with the less force than in the second case. In the second case, the ball was hit or kicked, but with more force than in the first case. So in both the cases, the ball cannot travel the same distances. So the effort applied in both the cases are different. So this first answer is obviously wrong. And the third answer you missed, the ball slowed down before coming to a complete stop during both attempts. This is very simple. Before coming to a complete stop button or before coming to a statue position without having any movement, obviously the speed of the ball will slow down. That's very simple. Whenever a car comes to a halt, it will just not come to a halt like that unless and until we put a strong brake on it. It will first slow down and then it will come to a stop. Similarly, the same thing happens with the ball. Now, Number 30 is correct. 31 is correct. 32 is also correct. 33 is wrong. 33, 34, and 35 all are wrong. Okay. So after 32, it's time for 33. The sentences below show how food is changed to energy in our body, but they are not in order. Sentence A, in the cells, glucose is broken down. Sentence B, food is eaten and digested in the digestive system. Sentence C, the digested food enters the body cells. Sentence D, the digested food is carried to all the cells in the body by blood. So the first sentence, in the cells, glucose is broken down. This will obviously not come in the first position because whenever we take in our food, after that the process starts. So first is obviously sentence B. Food is eaten. First we are eating the food. Then all the things will start and digested in the digestive system. So sentence B is first. Then comes D. The digested food is carried to all the cells in the body by the blood. So unless and until we eat the food, how will the food get digested? So obviously sentence D will not come in the first position. It will obviously come in the second position because after the food is getting digested, then the digested food will be moved from or can be moved to different parts of our body. So sentence B is the first one, sentence D is the second one, then which is the third sentence? The digested food enters the body cells. The digested food, it will enter the body cells. And then the last one is in the cells, glucose is broken down. In the cells, the glucose is broken down. This is all number 33. Then we have number 34 and the last number 35. Number 34, study the fish below. Besta, what you can observe only, which of the following is its adaptation for survival in the water? It has four fins to propel it forward in the water. It has gill chamber to store the food with dissolved oxygen. It has a streamlined body shape to reduce water resistance. Obviously, this one will be the correct answer. Because the fish need to move around in the water without getting any resistance from the water. That is, without getting any opposition from the place where it is staying. That is water. The medium or the place where it is surviving is water. So it has to have some protection power to protect itself from the what should I say, from the oppositions of the water or from the disadvantages of the water, from the waves of the water, from the current of the water. So it has to reduce the water resistance. How can it do that? Because its body is streamlined in that position. It can cut through the waves and it can swim. So this should be your correct answer. It has an outer covering to camouflage it among seaweeds. No, it is wrong. Okay. Number 35. Look the classification chart carefully. Which animal would flower one most likely attract? This is flower one. This is large. This is white in color or yellow in color. And another flower, it is small. That is flower 2. It is white in color or yellow in color. Animal A, attracted to large and white flowers. Animal B, attracted to large and yellow flowers. Animal C, attracted to small and yellow flowers. Animal D attracted to small and white flowers. Look at the classification chart below. Which animal would flower one most likely attract? So obviously the animal should be attracted towards white and yellow and a large flower. So this one is the correct answer. Attracted to large and white flowers. Because large white flower is flower one. Large yellow flower is not flower one. So this is wrong. Large white flowers is flower one. Okay. So this is all for today. Please revise this paper, Shruti, because I will be taking the same exam another day. Be prepared so that on that day you can score 70 out of 70 and not. How much have you scored today? Let me see. Have a look. Wait a second. Yes. I think today you have scored 28 out of 70, if I am not wrong. Yes, this is your scorecard. It is 28 out of 70. You took 23 minutes 4 seconds, but still you could not score more than that. Make sure the next time when you give this paper, you score 70 out of 70. This was the second time I took this exam of yours. Bye everyone. We'll again meet you with a super video. Please press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that whenever I post something interesting, you all can come across that. Bye bye everyone. Thank you.